Okay, welcome to this special Meet the Miniaturist. Thank you for joining today. If you are new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I do have a newsletter, so please go ahead and sign up for that if you're interested in learning the very latest on what's happening in the mini world, including my Meet the Miniaturist series and my Miniversity series, and also, of course, my very popular estate sales and auctions that happen periodically. So with that, I would like to introduce my very special guest, Judith Keessen. She does hail from the Netherlands, and she has a wonderful story to tell, including all of the work that she does in this beautiful structure, which we're going to talk about, her dollhouse and dollhouses. And just a little bit, I was struck when I found your Instagram account and just all of the wonderful information that you provide, and of course the beautiful work that you do. So thank you for joining, Judith. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and I want to hear that story about how you got involved in miniatures.
Well, thank you. Hi, Darren. Thank you for inviting me to the show. I'm very honored to be on your podcast. How I started. In 2018, my granddaughter was born, and I thought immediately I want to give her a dollhouse. But of course, she was way too small, and I found a second-hand dollhouse, and I was working on it, but the scale wasn't right, and the rooms were all, strange sizes. And well, my husband said, why don't you build yourself a dollhouse, a new dollhouse? And so I did. I bought some plans, and of course, with the help of my husband, I built a dollhouse. And so that was my second. And that was difficult. Just building plans and then building a dollhouse, and I learned so much from it.
I'm just struck by how, and this happens a lot in the mini world, you start one place and then it ends up being something completely different. So you found this hobby by accident almost. Is that right?
Yes, I did. Actually I did. Yeah, by accident. And then I found out that there's a whole world of miniatures around the globe. And it's huge. It's incredible. There's a whole school in America.
There's a school in the United States. That's right.
Yeah.
And some people discover this world and play a small, no pun intended, role in it, but you've taken it to the nth degree. Not only do you have one house, but you have several houses.
Yeah.
And not only do you have these small houses, you have these grand structures.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about that evolution. Was that first house that you did much smaller? Because we can see that structure behind you, and we're going to talk about that. That's the Ashcroft. So it started small. Did it build? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, the first house was really small, and I love these grand hallways and staircases, and I just couldn't get it in. And then my second house was, better. It's if I can turn the camera a little bit to this side.
Yes,
standing
please.
Over there.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the small one. That's the small one.
Well, no, the first one was smaller. This was the second one.
Okay, got it. That's not small.
No, I know. I just can't help it. I love these big rooms. I love, all these historic features, 19th century houses, the golden age, and all that kind of things. Yeah, I love it. So.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that I see with your work is like, you're interested in certain styles, which are grand, which has driven you to work in this scope, in this scale of grand. So where are you going to get that beautiful grand sweeping staircase if not working in a big house?
Yeah.
So the Ashcroft, let's talk about the Ashcroft. So that is the current house that you're working on, or is the current one?
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the Ashcroft, because it is stunning.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share in a moment the video so that people can
Okay.
see a deeper look at it. But talk a little bit about how it started. Did that come from a kit?
Yeah.
How did
No.
you?
No. No. No.
Yeah,
No. No. 3 years ago, I
yeah.
went to a fair with my husband. It was a few days after my birthday, and there's always the doll's house builder. He is from Cornwall, England, and he has these beautiful houses he makes himself. And one of them was a smaller version of the Ashcroft Hall, and I just wanted to peek inside to see the hallway, and I did. And then he showed pictures of Ashcroft Hall, which is a little bit bigger
Yeah.
than the smaller version. And then I saw the hallway, and it was just,
Oh.
love at first sight. And then my husband said, I'll
Ah.
give it to you as a birthday gift.
Oh.
So, and then I had to wait 9 months
Is that right?
before it was delivered. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so and how long ago was that? When was that?
That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you've been working on that for 3 years, would you say?
Well,
Or is
it was delivered 9 months later,
9
so
months
it's
later? Okay.
now about
2+ years.
Yeah, 2+ years. Yeah.
So talk a little bit about, I mean, what knowledge did you have about, filling and building and decorating and doing a dollhouse? Because you didn't only place stuff in there. You
Yeah.
built a lot of those rooms. And talk a little bit about, where did you learn those skills?
Well, I had
Yeah.
zero experience.
Uh-huh.
Zero. Literally. I am creative. I have always been creative, but this was another level. So yeah, I got on Instagram. I used Pinterest. I watched series on TV. I searched and searched. I actually searched for building plans. But what about lighting? What about how do you say it? The toilets, the pipes, and the storage. The storage. I don't know how to call it in English, but
Yeah.
I looked that all up. What about the roofs? How were the roofs in the Victorian age, and all that kind of things? And then and I watched what they do, and then I try it myself. Or if I can't find anybody or a tutorial about it, I'm just gonna try it myself.
Yeah. I mean,
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
One of the things I did notice is the attention to detail, the architectural accuracy in your structure. And I'm just struck by how much thought went into it. I mean, I can think of just one piece, which is like your doorknob had this beautiful rope element to it. I'm like, this is amazing. And then we're gonna go into like the ceilings you've done and the floorings you've done. So and where would you say you're at before we're gonna do a deep dive? Where would you say you're at with the house now? I mean, at how 90% complete? Where are you at?
Well, I think about 85%.
85%.
Yeah, the whole attic is still empty. So, and there's one bedroom. I'll have to finish.
Uh-huh.
But you're never finished. There's always something.
That was going to be my next question. Are you ever really complete?
No, because when you asked to make a video. And then I had to tidy it up a bit. And then I thought, I'm going to redo this room and I'm going to do that. So you never finish. There's always something.
Yeah.
But that's the fun part.
It is the fun part for sure. Let me, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. There we go.
Yeah.
So that is the Ashcroft. So tell us about some of the things that come to mind when you look at this. I mean, it's.
Yeah, the kitchen was the first room I did.
Okay.
Yeah, the wall in the back with the cooker, I built it from scratch, from egg boxes, and then placed it at the back of the room. Mm. Yeah, I use all kinds of pieces of wood or cardboard which I find. Also, the scullery I made it from all. Wood leftovers and the taps I wanted to, I also, and then I glue it together or Yeah.
So you use found materials, you
Yeah.
use basic materials,
Yeah.
and again, where does the learning come from? You learn from everywhere, right? I mean, you pick up
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the bells are from
bells.
Downton Abbey. You know
Yes,
Downton Abbey, yeah.
yeah,
But also the lamps. Well, if you buy all these lamps, it's very expensive. So one day I said, can't I try that myself? So I started to make my own lights and asked my husband, but how do I do it with, the plugs? And well, he just said, you do this and you do that, and you can connect them. And well, I did.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we're gonna see, but some of your chandelier work is just beautiful too. I mean, you make your own chandeliers, is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
And so I also see, I mean, there's a mix. I see mixed pieces. Do you also purchase pieces that you
Yeah.
fill these rooms with? So
Yeah.
you're not making everything.
No. I would love to, but there are so many people who make such beautiful things that. But these little pots you see there on the right,
Yes.
I did fill them all by myself.
There you go.
About 300.
Wow. Let's talk about this room. So this is the
Yeah.
dining room.
Yeah.
And there's one of your, is that one of your chandeliers?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. So talk about this room. Is this wallpaper and also
Yeah.
the architectural elements on the ceiling? Talk a little
Yes.
bit about that.
Well, I measure always the ceiling, and then I take paper and then I put on what I want. For instance, this in the living room is a print. I printed from a picture that I find, and I have all kinds of ornaments and just.
Oh, that.
And of course, I search. I love to watch, estates, mansions in England or Versailles, which have beautiful ceilings.
Yes.
That's where I get my inspiration from.
Beautiful. They really are beautiful, and the designs are beautiful.
And
Just
this
wonderful.
particular salon was inspired by Bridgerton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this grand hall here.
Yeah.
And this goes back to what you were saying. You're like, I need a staircase. I need a grand
Yeah,
staircase.
I would love to walk on it myself.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know. It's beautiful. So talk a little bit about that. Is that original to the house? I mean, I saw there was
Yes, it is. Yeah,
It is.
yeah. But all the I don't know how to call it. If you go upstairs, the handles on the side, I print
Yeah.
them myself. I have a 3D printer,
Oh,
and
is
also
that
the
right?
ornaments. Yeah, ornaments on the wall. I also print them myself with my 3D printer.
Oh, is that right? So you
Yeah.
also do 3D printing.
Yes, yeah. Learned that also myself.
I'm beyond impressed. It's crazy. It's stunning. And so how are the floors made?
Wood. They're
So you
all.
use wood.
Yeah. I use, these sticks the doctor uses to look in your throat.
Yes.
And I cut them in pieces, and lollipop sticks. I use them, and that's all the
Wow.
floors are wood. Yeah,
And then you stain them.
yeah,
They're beautiful. Wait, I
Yeah.
just want to go back. This is my favorite room.
Yeah.
That ceiling is just stunning. How and that chandelier. Talk about that ceiling, please.
yeah. Well, these are some of the things I just couldn't find. You have to make them yourself. It's not for sale. I used these corner pieces, wood. You
Yes.
put on the between the ceiling and the wall, and I cut them in pieces. And in the middle there are these round ornaments. I printed them with my 3D printer, and then it's measuring, and I make it upside down. So I make it on my table and then put it upside down but also all the cupboards and all the books I made also myself, one by one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite room, but they're all beautiful. They're all just stunning. So
there's a hidden door in the back. Have you seen it?
I saw that also on your Instagram page, that you have all these hidden features.
I love it. Yeah.
Fabulous. And so where do all the electrical wires run to? How is that run?
Well, they all go to the back. If you
To the
you
back.
see the back of my dollhouse, it's terrible. It's really it's one big wire wall, and well,
So
I
everything
have to
runs
sort
to
it
the back.
out still. But it's a lot of wires, a lot of. Yeah.
Wow. And is this a bathroom or it looks like a barber
No, it's a
shop?
dressing room.
Oh, a dressing room. I
A
love that.
gentleman's dressing room. Yeah.
You're
Well, that's
killing.
the stairway to the attic, but that's not
Oh,
finished yet. This is the
uh,
bathroom. Yeah.
I love that. A gentleman's dressing room.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fabulous. I love that copper tub too. That is just beautiful. So you mentioned what's remaining. You said uh the bathroom you said was not finished. What's not finished?
Well, on the top on the right, this room isn't
Oh,
finished yet.
okay. Oh, look at that
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah. Well, that's
Oh.
an Alison Davies bed.
So is that from a
Yeah.
kit that you
Yeah.
embellished? Yeah, that's beautiful. And so now we're looking at the whole exterior, which is just
The
stunning.
roof.
Just
Well, and I like these little stories in my
and there's the
dollhouse.
little
Yeah.
more hidden elements.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's stunning.
Yeah,
It
that's
really is.
the front of this is the part standing before the kitchen, and it's always turned backward, so you can't see the inside unless I take it off.
Oh wait, so say that again. That's the back?
No, it's on the part that's in front of the kitchen, on
Yeah.
the lower part, but I have to take it off and turn it around for anyone to see it, like
Oh.
the loo.
There's that door that I saw.
Yeah.
I love that. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. I want to just take a look again at the entire exterior because I just want to get people to just understand the overall scale and scope of this piece. I mean, it is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you talk a little bit about the size? It's like, looks like it's 4 feet.
Yeah, well, I don't measure in feet yet. For me, it's meters, so it's 150 wide. So 1 meter and 50 wide.
I'm gonna say
almost as high, too. Yeah.
It's got to be at least 3.5 feet high. I'm gonna say maybe 3 or 4 feet wide. It's crazy. And then you've got the first floor, the first level. Wow, just amazing. Just amazing. Wow. So you should be very proud of all your work. And I know it's a lot of hard work, but it's also a lot of fun. What kind of advice would you give people who might be interested in taking on something of this scale?
Well, sorry for laughing, but I remember when I started, I stumbled upon a video and it's a very nice lady who has huge houses too. And she's doing this for a few decades. She had one advice and said, "Don't start big." Well, I didn't listen to that. But the main one of the advices I would give is, make a plan, especially for the lights. If you don't make a plan for the lights, you're gonna have a problem later on. That's one of the major things.
Yeah.
To make a plan for the lights. It's people always say, how do I start? What you want to do, what kind of period you wanna have for the house, where's the salon going to be, where's the kitchen going to be? That's one of the easy things, but the lights is one of the, and you have to look at a lot of other miniaturists. There is so much information on Instagram. You can see what everybody's doing. I also love to see whole houses. So if I see an Instagram account, I always ask, can you put a photo of the complete house?
Right.
To get an impression of what it's like.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's really good advice, the planning part. I mean, I think you could go in and decorate with final finishes and accessories and decor, but the structure itself, the lighting, the flooring, whether you're going to wallpaper versus, those are really critical and you can't really wing it. you can only go back and redo things just so much before it's
Yeah.
completely not meeting
Yeah.
your desire. So that's
Yeah.
really good advice. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
also, if you have chandeliers, make sure that on the level above it,
Yeah.
you can take out the floor,
Yeah.
because if the wire is broken,
Yeah.
you really want to change the lamp, and if it's glued,
Yeah.
well, that's gonna be a very hard job.
Yeah. And those are so those little tidbits are so important because they
Yeah.
reduce the frustration later on down the road.
Because
I
it
mean,
always happens.
it does always happen. And lighting is probably the most fickle out of any other element, but it's also the thing that makes a dollhouse.
Yeah.
So it's so
I agree.
important.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so important.
Yeah.
All right, so you're almost done with the Ashcroft. Have you already started a new project?
Well,
Or
not
thinking
really.
about one? Are you?
Yeah, well, you can, if you behind me,
Yes.
it looks like a cupboard, but it's
Yes.
actually a dollhouse. I bought it from a very nice lady who stopped doing this, and it's quite similar, if you see, to how it's designed, like the Ashcroft Hall. But I'm gonna flip it, and I'm gonna make it a canal house, a Dutch canal house, with
Wow.
the entrance on the side. So not on the front, but on the side.
Interesting.
And
So,
of course, so now, if I'm in the evening, or I'm just laying in bed, I'm searching for inspiration, for examples, for everything to,
yes.
because that's what I learned. If preparation is everything.
Yes, for sure. So
Yeah.
what is behind you was built as a cabinet?
No, it's a dollhouse.
Oh, it is
but
a dollhouse.
I already stripped it completely.
Oh, but was it created as a dollhouse?
Yeah. It
was.
had doors on front, and I took them off.
Oh, it had.
Yeah, because I
So-
want to make it a little bit wider. And
Yeah.
there was a roof on it, but it's not like a roof of a canal house. So I'm going to
Yeah.
change it. So I took it all off, and now it looks like a cupboard. Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's awesome. And we cannot wait to see the developments on that as we follow along on your Instagram account. What is the name of your Instagram account? It is, and I'm going to put that below so people can follow you.
It's Miniatures by Judith Keessen.
There you go.
It's one word.
Yeah. I will put that down below so people can
Thank
find
you.
you. We will be following along closely to see all of the developments. I think, what you do is just so inspirational, but aspirational as well. Just your whole story about, you could start one place, and it just gets you completely to a different place.
Yeah. Oh, it does.
And I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing your work. I
Well,
also noticed
if you like, I can show you already the front door of the canal house.
Sure.
I'm also, of course, I'm working on something.
Are we getting a sneak preview?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna turn around. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the front door?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Wow.
And the door is printed also by my 3D printer.
Printed.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I noticed you're very generous. You provide a lot of sort of how you do stuff on your Instagram account. So that's really nice that you're able to do that for people, because everybody wants to know how you're doing something. So thank you for that.
And it's also because that's the way I learned to do a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we will be following closely. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your beautiful work with us and your beautiful dollhouses. And again, we will be following closely moving forward.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Darren.
Thank you. All right, bye, you guys at home. Take care. Bye.